So as you can see in this episode, we got the supervisor. He came by. Safety first, of course. Django. You chewing on my Badoo? Oh, hold on a sec, that didn't sound right. So what are we going to do today, Django? What are we going to do today, Django? Cut some wood? Cut some wood? Alright. Let's hear it from Django. Alright. So I got my plan right here. I figured out how I'm going to get this wood to make my body blank. That's the next step, is making the body blank. And I've got my thicknesses for each, different layer. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to sandwich it. I'll show you a quick close-up of that. So, there we go. Bam. So you can see here, here's your layers, dimensions, bam. Now that you got the plan, you can just stop by and do this for me real quick so I can take a break. Hang out with the supervisor a little bit, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm going to do this. So, you get to the bandsaw, I think I can do pretty much, I'll hit the miter saw to get them to length. And then go to the bandsaw, get them to thickness, I'll get all my pieces, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I forgot to mention, I was clamping my phone to the tripod. I had a wood clamp going sideways and the phone kind of balanced, and another clamp on there, and it was a pain. And I was watching some videos, and it was McD Guitars mentioned a selfie stick. So I'm like, good idea. So went on Amazon, and I found this tripod. And it's got your clamp for the phone, and it's got your standard 1/4-20 top for a tripod. So I just took the top right off, put it onto the real tripod, because what I'm going to do is a short thing. But it also came with this remote. So from here, I can start the video, hit this button.
Allah knows it's wrong. You think you're right. But why sit aside to find out tonight? Allah knows it's wrong. You think you're right. But why sit aside to find out tonight?
I haven't done much work with Badoo, but man, you see the dust. It just doesn't look real. That is just, look how bright that is. Nice.
Alright, so I've got all of the pieces cut to approximate thickness. Got this showing kind of what it's going to look like. So you can see I've got pelly pieces here. One more inside of this. Got 6 pieces of this, 4. There's 2 more in here. I've got 2 of the Wenge, and I've got 1 more over there. And I'm gonna get those ready to be the proper thickness. And the one other thing I'm gonna do, because width-wise, I'm gonna need 3 of these wide to do the whole blank for the top and 3 for the bottom. So I don't quite need the full 3 though. I need more like 2.5. So I'm going to have half of this length left over at this thickness as just an extra piece. So I'm going to take, like you saw before, this is fingerboard, the Powerosa. I'm going to take the extra piece, glue it to the bottom of this. I think instead of trying to get it too thin, I'm just going to glue it at this thickness, resaw it off thin, so when you look at the neck from the side, you'll get just that small pinstripe of the Wenge. Maybe I'll do a double stripe, because I will have a little of the Badoo left as well. Maybe I'll get both those stripes in, maybe pretty cool. So, that's where we're at. just for a recap of what's got done today so far. Well, he's seen enough and supervising, so I guess today's been a success so far. So I've got my top and bottom, 2 pieces. So they came out just under 1/4 inch. I think it was 0.220 a piece. So I got those. I've got this just glued up, so that's sitting there. I gotta make 1 more of these, and then once I have all 4 of those, I can figure out my exact thickness for the sapelli, and I could do those. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get the other Paduke layer sanded up and glued together, and then I can figure out the sapelli, and I'll be ready to start gluing the blank together.
The only one to play. You would ever change. One play. Are we the same? Reality. Oh, reality. Mine alone. Reality. Oh, reality. Mine alone. Reality.
Alright, so I mentioned on the fretboard that I was thinking of doing a double layer. So the Paduke that I had wasn't long enough. So I had to cut 2 pieces, and then I just put it onto my miter saw, cut a small angle, just so when I put it together I can get it to disappear a little better. It's just from the side, you can see that. So, got the Powerosa, got my thin piece of Lenge right there, 2 pieces of Paduke, and I'll have to get them together just like that. Take a little close up here. When I squeeze that together, I don't know if I'm getting it good on the camera, it really disappears into there. So I think that's going to be a cool effect to have that. The Paduke might go a little bit thinner than it is right now. After I get this, I'll bring this machine a little bit down to get that thinner. The Lenge, when I cut it in half, I had 2 different thicknesses to work with, and the thinner one looked better, and instead of gluing this, machining it, then gluing this, machining that, I just went with the thinner one. It looks good. Do that, and then figure out the final thickness to do, and that'll be ready for it now. So this weekend's about just getting blanks, so kind of a blank weekend, right? Not really. A lot of work. It's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be a good color option. Not what you would expect to see in my but that's what I'm aiming for. So, alright, finish it up.
I just walk up and say, I love you.
Okay, we glue the whole fretboard together. So what I did, because of this two-piece Hadouk layer, I just clamped together a simple fence. Normally you use some kind of indexing thing, that's whatever you can use for slippage. But I just did this just so I can maneuver this just a hair and play with it when I'm actually clamping it instead of when I'm drilling for dowels or whatever I'm indexing with. So I can reference that edge. I made it too long, so slippage this way doesn't matter when I clamp. I can hold it while I clamp this way. So that'll be just the solution. Make that easier. I don't want to run into a problem while I have glue on there. So let's get doing this. These, flip them over, so it stays in the right order. To the part of the video where if you've seen the last, couple that I put out there, you might be guessing. I'm going to come out and I'm going to start talking about this plan. And then right after the plan, I'm going to start talking about what I haven't decided on. So it's kind of one of those, I like the rolling plan. I like the idea better than the plan.
There's no plan, there's no attack. And no attack, there's no victory.
So anyway, this we already had done this weekend. I didn't quite get the body blank glued up. I got everything ready for the glue. I've got all the layers there. I've got that ready to go. I was working on this, you saw. So, the original plan was the Pau Rosa. Then I decided I was going to throw an accent stripe in there with the wing it. Well, if I throw an accent, maybe I should throw two. And, make it similar how, the amount that's in the body, yeah. Sounds like a good idea. So as I'm doing this, come up with another idea. So I'm thinking, the whole reason I'm putting this on here was because Sapelli, I don't think is hard enough for the fretboard. So the Hadouk definitely is hard enough. Underneath it, the wenge that's there, definitely hard enough. So I was thinking of figuring out exactly, this is too thick, how much to take off each side before radiusing it. And then once I radius it, have it cut through the Hadouk and reveal the wenge on both sides. And then for fret markers, go real simple stripes, about as wide as a fret, and do all the natural places, either from the center out or all the way across, just a real thin straight line. Put Hadouk in there, and after it's radiused, you get the reveal on both sides, but the lines of Hadouk go all the way through, and you could also see them from the edge. Same time that I do that, cut for all those markers, I could also do my fret cuts, and since I'm doing it on a CNC, I can do them blind, where I could have, have it tangless on the side without binding it. So, I gotta figure out on the radius if I can get through both and get all the way to the Pau Rosa on the front, or if that's gonna get, a little too thin here and maybe keep my line not straight. So maybe at least just a single reveal, maybe a double reveal. I can still put this on the front because it looks great. So, this is ready for gluing. I got this ready. I'm gonna go on the computer and just draw some circles and lines and figure out the drops so I know how thick or how thin I need to get that to make it work, and I can really visualize it better. So, once again, this whole competition is a charity-based competition. So I chose the Crimson School of Lutheran Scholarship Fund. Let's get more people building guitars. So, it's a Great Guitar Build Off 23. This is my second episode of Mocking a Mockingbird. If you haven't seen the other episodes, this is my just mock-up of me mocking the Mockingbird. Said that word too often. So anyway, that's about it. Yeah, that about covers it. I've been working on the headstock design a little bit. I haven't got it 100%. It's not going to change by much. But yeah, once I glue this up, I have all my separate blanks, so I can start working on the individual pieces and put them together. Step one was getting, a neck, a body, and a fingerboard. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad.